Now, Unit 5, Corporate Governance. Now, in this chapter, we are going to learn about what is corporate governance, why it is important, and how it is useful in the company, and why corporate governance is part of the company throughout. It was there from before, but then there was no separate name known as corporate governance given to it. Okay, now they have separately given the name as corporate governance, and so the value of it has increased much more than before. Okay, so that is the complete gist of the chapter. Now here we will be learning what is corporate governance first. So corporate governance is majorly talking about how the company is working. Okay, it's a technique where the company is directed or managed. Now you can see a lot of companies in the economy, but how is that only few companies are able to work better, the few companies are able to get more profit, few companies are able to do the business better? It is because of their good corporate governance. There will be many more factors, but corporate governance is also one of the factor for them to be more precise, for them to be more understandable, and it's easy for them to get things done in the company. Okay, so corporate governance means carrying the business as per the stakeholders decides. So this is important point in the corporate governance. Carrying the business, how the business has to happen, it has to happen as per the stakeholders decide. How shareholders will expect, how employees will expect, okay, how government will expect, like that the corporate governance has to happen. So corporate governance simply means the way we run the company is called as corporate governance. Okay, governance is taking care, corporate is company. So taking care of the company, running the company will be called as corporate governance. Okay, so this corporate governance or taking care of company is done by directors, and that is board of directors totally. Okay, and concerned committees. Concerned committees means like accounts department separately, audit committee or department separately, finance department or committee separately. So like these are concerned committees, because how much money is being coming into the company and going out of the company, who will have the complete account? It will be the accounts department. And which projects have been agreed, what is the best project that the company has undertaken, or for that from where do we get money, that will be taken care by finance department, right? And audit is making sure that everything is going on correctly, and they will check everything, is it as per law or not. So those are concerned committee, and the heads of all of these committees will be the directors. So here the committee and the board of directors together will take care of the company. And it's not only about the company, but there is also certain responsibilities or duties for the company to take care of society. Okay, now before, if the company does any helping to the society, it will be highlighted all the time. But now it is part of their business. How much ever profit they get, 2% of the profit has to be dedicated to take care of the society. Okay, so that is the rule under corporate social responsibility. There is also social responsibility for the companies to take care of the environment, to take care of their surroundings, to take care of society, taking care of their employees. Okay, so societal goals will also be required to take care of. And then corporate governance is the interaction between participants. Now, who are these participants? Shareholders are the main participants, because they are the ones who will give money to the company, and therefore they have right to ask the company to do whatever they want. Okay, so shareholders are the first participants, and then we have board of directors. Now board of directors are people who take care of the companies, sitting in a powerful position. They are the ones who will be making a lot of decisions in the day to day activities of the company. And then companies management. Okay, founders can be different, directors can be different, so that company's management also will be part of the corporate governance. So these people will shape or give form to the company in whatever format they want people to look at. Okay, now if you let's say for example a movie comes out. Okay, a movie is released. Now how do you recognize the movie? You recognize the movie by maybe if your favorite hero or heroine has been part of the movie, or you like the storyline of the movie, or you recognize by the name of the movie. Okay, few of them recognized by the directors, well known directors, music directors or songs. So there is a form which is given by so many people to create one movie, right? So here there is one company where we have lot of departments as well as lot of other people who are concerned, who are very much interested about the corporation or the company's performance. So that company's performance, how we shape together, that is called as corporate governance. Okay, now here corporate governance not only means overall companies, only companies performance, but you have to also check the employees inside. Okay, are they doing their job properly? Are their performance up to the mark, up to the benchmark, or up to the standard? Because we want the best people to be in the company. Every company is that is how the company thinks. So where you are suited as best, you will have to get into that company. So for you to understand where you are suited best, you have to give a chance for yourself to check where you are best in the company or in the society. Okay, so that is corporate governance. Now moving further, it's again talking about what all they will be doing, that we'll be learning in the further chapters, or sorry, further points under here. Okay, so they can ask you a 6 marks question to write about corporate governance. So you can write corporate governance introduction, and then you can talk about the advantages, disadvantages, and all that. Okay, now coming to objectives or scope of corporate governance. Now if you have a good management, if you have a good director, okay, you will have a healthy environment. You will see people around you are being positive, right? So in that scenario, what will happen? You are motivated to work more. So if you have your friends who are positive, and who is like, yeah, we will do it, let's do anything you say to them, they'll say yes, we will do it, rather than saying, ayo, should we do, the exam is too far, no, we'll study later. Instead of postponing it and waiting for things, if you are together in a positive way, and if you can study and invest your time in something useful, that will be a healthy environment for every student to grow up in. Now from the first semester to the third semester, you have grown up. You have grown up not only physically, but also you have to grow up mentally. Okay, so that is why whatever you study, you are supposed to remember few parts of it. See, that this is the learning curve age. Now here you are learning. Okay, this is the learning curve age, where from schooling you would have learned some basics. Okay, and then your college PUC level you would have learned. Now you'll be learning somewhere in the degree. Okay, now once you finish your degree classes, if you're not going for masters, your learning curve will stop there in studying. I'm saying in studying. When you go to work, your learning curve will actually, it should grow. Your learning curve actually it should grow, because there nobody will have a class like this. They will not make you sit and teach. You have to pick things from around. You have to observe what is the procedure, what are they doing, how should we do. So their learning curve should improve. It should not come down like this. And if you don't remember things, if you don't remember things from first semester, because your learning curve has gone up only during exams and then it has come down, because you did not pay enough attention to the required subjects. Okay, so here, to get a healthy environment, have a healthy surrounding. So corporate governance will give you that healthy surrounding. Then trust and confidence in its abilities. So if you believe, yes, I can do it, and if you do it, that is confidence in your abilities. If company directors and management think, yes, we can take up this project, this is the company's project, we will be able to complete it in a very good way, then that is the trust and confidence that the management has kept with the employees and in the company. Okay, now when you get a cold, why do you think you will go for Amritanjan or Vicks or Zandu balm? Why do you think, why do you believe that, yes, if I apply this onto my nose or forehead, the pain will go away? Why do you apply move when you have any body pain, or why do you take the tablet? It's all trust, because you trust that particular tablet, you trust the company that it is there. Okay, so you will be able to think about the trust and confidence in the ability. Then corporate governance will promote business development. It will not only make the company be in one level, but then it will try to grow or improve at a very, very higher level. Okay, the best example today is Reliance Industries with its Geo product. It has been promoting business development like anything. They have a stake in every other company you see out there. Okay, they have invested in every other company business. Now they have their GeoMart. They have telecom business of Geo. They have AGO, which is their textile business, right? So there are so many things that are there. Supermarkets are Reliance Mart, Reliance Digital, Reliance Jewelry, Footwear, all that is there. So they are promoting more development, more innovation is happening due to the good corporate governance. The team is being built very well. Okay, so that is corporate governance. Then improve efficiency of capital markets. The share values have gone up high. There is more demand for the company products. There's more demand for the company. People love to do business with certain companies. That is due to their good corporate governance. If you see that company being good, if you can understand the company growing in a better way, people would love to invest in the company. Okay, so that will improve the efficiency of capital market. So if you have a good corporate governance, it will improve the company, it will improve the shareholders, employees. In return, it will improve the economy, it will improve the stock exchange. So there is a lot of things which is interconnected here. So it's always a network. Okay, then enhance effectiveness of service of the real economy. If we are a service industry, we would like to improve our services, give the best services possible. See, no matter what we do, somewhere one or the other place we will have some hiccups. Okay, somebody would not be very comfortable, or would not be convinced about the product. But then out of 100, if 95 to 98 of them are okay with the product, it means we have achieved success. So that is enhancing the effectiveness. The more you give service to the real economy, to the real people, where they're able to do the things in a better way, that will be to the corporate governance. Then ensure transparency and ensure adequate disclosure and decision making. So this is where many companies go wrong. Firstly, there are a lot of rules where they have to give the disclosures. Okay, if disclosures are not given in a correct way, then they will be doing some or the other fraud in the they'll be doing some other fraud. That is what is being understood here. Okay, so whenever they are asked to do their work in a better way, or whenever they are asked to finish their work, then they are supposed to disclose whatever is the information, and they have to make a good decision for the given topics. So decision making cannot be done by only one director. Now at home, decisions are usually made by either father or mother. Okay, as and when you grow up, as and when you get into job and start earning, and you will have more responsibilities on your head. Okay, at those times, if you can observe, parents would ask you also for the opinion, or they will ask you to make decision. Okay, so that time they will know that yes, now decision making has to be collective. It's not only by one person. Okay, your mother, father, if you have a sibling, your sibling and you, all of them together will make a decision. Similarly, in a company, it's not only director who will do the decision. It will be shareholders, directors and management all together will sit and decide what is to be done to achieve the objectives of the company. And whatever we do, we have to inform the shareholders, because they are the ones who have put money. So shareholders has to be informed. Then comply with statutory and legal compliances to make sure this is done. That is why we have company secretaries and chartered accountants and other professionals in the company. They will be taking care of these parts, statutory and legal compliance. And we have to protect the shareholders. Okay, if there is a chance of company not getting profit, or if the company has done something wrong, if there is anything that has to be, if the company has done something good and we are getting more profit, if it is good or bad, shareholders has to be informed. Then to give more heed to commitment to values and ethical conduct of business. Now all the 4 chapters we have learnt about what is ethics, in management, in HR, in finance. Okay, in every aspect of business we have learnt what is ethics. So all that is supposed to be implemented, all that is expect to be implemented into the business, and that is when you get a proper corporate governance. Then, to have effective control over the affairs of the company at all times. So whenever you have a good corporate governance, you know what is in control and what is not in control. Okay, where you have to repair the things, where you have to take care of things, you'll be able to understand. Okay, and then to ensure that board effectively and regularly monitors the functioning of the management team. Now everybody will keep monitoring each other. How is that? Shareholders will monitor board of directors. Okay, board of directors will monitor the management team together, and management team will monitor the board of directors. Now to help board of directors, you have the professionals in the company. Now to do the work, there are employees, right? So they are taking care of each other at the end of the day. So to monitor each other, we have the teams that have been put up in the company. And then to enhance shareholders' value and to win investors' confidence. Now, if an investor is impressed, if the investor is able to trust you and put money into your business, then you have won their confidence. They are in a confidence that yes, my money will double and it will come back. That is how companies open. That is actually how companies really open, because they will have investors. There are venture capitalists whose work is only to check the new businesses. If they can trust the business, they'll invest. Okay, so that is to win the confidence, and also share by getting all these corporate governance done in a very good way, the shareholders value will also increase. Okay, so these are the objectives or scope of corporate governance. So all of these are included in the corporate governance. Okay, I hope everybody is able to follow. Yes, is everybody able to follow? Good. Now, next is advantages of corporate governance. This can be another 6 marks question. Okay, so firstly, professional governance. It can be a small company, big company, any company that we open. Make sure we are treating things in a professional way. Now, what is this professional way? Okay, now there are certain rules and regulations which has been put in the company law, which has to be followed by the companies, right? And that is compulsory to be followed. There is no other choice. If at all they are breaking that rule, then it is a problem. Okay, so they have to use, or they have to make sure that they follow all that rules. Now, certain period of time, what will happen? Everybody will not be able to comply with every rule that has been present in the Companies Act. Okay, so we have to check which is applicable to us, and we have to follow those rules. There should not be professional jealousy, or they should not be holding grudge against the other person. All that is not professional way of treating the people. Okay, so if you're having the rules in the company, follow the rules, get the things done. Okay, and never use the company assets or company stuff for the personal use. That is not a professional way. So what is professional way? Whatever is there in the business, use it for business. Completely utilize it only for the business activities. Never ever use anything for your own purpose. So that will be professional governance. Improved reputation. Now, when you have a good leader, okay, that good leader will be able to guide you to a proper way. Okay, when you are able to understand everything that is being taught in the class, you will be able to write your exams better. Okay, when you just go back and study and finish it, you'll be able to do the exams better. Now, similarly, in a company, if you have a good leader or a good management who is able to try and help you better in all ways, then in those scenarios, the corporate governance will be at the peak. The stakeholders will be willing to do the work with you. The shareholders are happy, the employees are happy how the environment is there, the suppliers are happy to do business with you, right? The company's reputation will increase, the company is more popular. Fine. Now that is improved reputation. So once we are able to make things very clear, very transparent to people, wherever, whenever required, only then we'll be able to have a good control on everyone. Then fewer fines, penalties, and lawsuits. Now every company will have one or the other lawsuit which will be running. Now maybe somebody else can come and put a case saying they have copied my they have copied my product. Somebody can say this is offensive. Okay, and somebody can say that like what happened to Maggie, that saying that lead percentage is more, this percentage is more, that percentage is more. So they will have lawsuits. If at all they are not following the rules and regulations, they'll have fines, they'll have penalties. If it is in the extreme case like Satyam case where they did fraud, people will end up in jail. Okay, so whatever is the rules, whatever is the rules to be followed, people has to follow that rules as per the acts. Okay, but there are so many acts to be followed by the governments, so they have to be careful about how it is supposed to be done. Fine. Yeah. Okay, so we were understanding about fewer fines, penalties, and lawsuits. So if the corporate governance is good, they would like to go as per the law. Okay, no matter how much is the or what is the way that the company is doing the business, they will always say stick with the law. What are the rules? Please follow that, because the fines are not that easy. And one more thing is it will get a black mark on the companies. So the if the company is not able to follow rules for more number of times, then they might black mark the company or they might ban the company from the country. So that's a extreme situation which is not good for a company. So that is why you should always have a good corporate governance where they will encourage you to follow what is required. They will guide the company to a positive and a good way where they'll be able to make profit and they'll not be paying fines, penalties, or they do not have too much of lawsuits. Okay, now here, to make sure all of this is not taken, all of this is not happening to the company, we can have professionals, we can have audit team in every place or every department who will help us in getting things cleared. Okay, then decreased conflict and fraud. Now every company will have one or the other product, or the way they have come out with the product can be a little offensive for few of them, uh, can be against the rule. Even without knowing, it can be against the rule. Like say for example, when they are trying to sell few products, okay, which is to your wellness in a different way. So the way they put the advertisement on the TVs will not be properly given. Okay, so in such cases what will happen, it can create conflicts. Or if they are trying to directly compete with the other product. Now once what happened, they started competing directly. Dettol and Lifebuoy were the two products where they showed in the advertisement, they actually showed both of it directly. Okay, you can never do that's against the competition law rules. You cannot show the product directly like that. You can talk about your product, okay, but you cannot show the other product as in competition and give the advertisement. So those times the conflict had arisen. And if in case of any advertisement which is talking about racism, or if it's talking about caste, religion, now those are sensitive topics in the country. Okay, without us knowing, the intention of the advertisement would be different, but how people receive that advertisement will be different, right? So that's just an example. So anything that we do, it's better to double check if it is against any of the rules, or if it is against any constitutional rights that has been present. Because no matter how many rules we make for the company, within the company, constitution of India is ultimate. So you should not encourage any conflicts and never encourage any company to get or do the fraud activities. Usually family members are not encouraged uh, to be hired in the company. Okay, so if you are doing work, you do the work. After you, your family member might come, but you cannot hire the whole family into the company and give them work, right? And no giving companies money no giving companies money to the family members, or no taking companies money for personal use. All that will raise the conflict. Some many times it can become in a form of fraud also, which is not at all accepted. Okay, so if you have a good corporate governance, all this will not be encouraged. They will be very strict in whatever rules has to be followed, and they will never encourage bad behavior of any person, not only employees, but bad behavior of any person will not be encouraged. So that is the advantages of corporate governance. To understand with, we started with four advantages, which is professional governance will be there, and then improved reputation, fewer fines and penalties and lawsuits, decreased conflict and fraud. So these are the advantages. Now moving on to the disadvantages of corporate governance. Now we saw if corporate governance is there, what all will happen. Okay, now let us understand the other side of the corporate governance, that is disadvantages. So corporations governed by statutes. No matter what you do the work, you have to abide by the law. So sometimes you feel, okay, it's not flexible, it is too rigid, it's very difficult to always follow the laws. Okay, and it can become a long procedure many times. So corporations which is governed by rules all the time can become more rigid, more fixed onto one place. Then fiduciary duty of the board. So the board of directors will have certain fiduciary duties which is best for the corporation. I mean, to act in the best, which means they have to support the company always. If they are not taking care of such duties where they have to represent the company and make sure everything is going on well, then in those cases, these corporate governance can go on a other way. So that is fiduciary duty of the body. What is it trying to say is you have to support the company wherever you go. Never talk opposite of the company. So if you don't protect your own company, who will protect the company? Even when you talk, you should be talking in favor of the company only, not against the company, because you can see competitors everywhere, you will have enemies everywhere. So you'll have to be careful about it. So there are there are chances of having or getting a bad decisions or making a bad decisions, but then we have to know how to tackle all that and make sure that the business is protected. So that is fiduciary duty. Then increased cost, because we are trying to follow each and every aspect of the required statutes and the procedures, we might incur more cost for the arrangements of things to maintain everything in a proper way. The investment would become more. So all that has to be kept in mind. So in few times, so what companies usually do is they will do the work, they will do their work. In few cases, wherever they can adjust, they will adjust also. Okay, utilizing optimum utilization of resources, they will try to do. So but documentation is important. No matter what is done in the company, how the company is running, documentation is utmost important. Every procedure you do, every step you keep in the company, the you means company's management, every step that they keep in the company, they have to maintain the documents. If documents are properly maintained, then half of the work is completed. So what is the guarantee that you are doing the work? The guarantee is documentation. So that can increase the cost. Then maintenance of separation. Now here, since all of them are separate, like shareholders are separately met, or the meeting of shareholders is done separately, board of directors meetings are done separately, then employees are treated separately, here management is separate. So since all of them are separately, we have to call them for the meeting, make sure the formalities are done. Okay, and a few procedures. Maybe while issuing shares, we have to make sure that the underwriters are there. So it takes a long way, and it is more of the procedures and more of the work that has to be completed. So since everything is separate and you cannot club everything, it will take more time, it will be taking more procedures, and professionals is compulsory to be hired. And in this case, what will happen, you will have to spend more money also. So that is maintenance of separation. Separately you have to maintain all of the people. So these are the next disadvantages of the corporate governance. So corporations governed by statute, fiduciary duty of the board, increased cost, and maintenance of separation. Okay, so are you all able to follow? Any doubts until here?